Welcome to Mix Up in Business. Follow me on TikTok at Kenesha Beckett1 and join the conversation Saturdays at 8 p.m.
You guys are still debating about this, so I'm gonna ask hubby and my sons what they think for our question of the day. Let's go. Question, you guys. Who comes first? Parents or kids?
I'm not really sure why this would be a debate, because to me it's pretty clear. When we got married, I made a vow to you. So you and I are in covenant. And the benefits of our relationship flow down to the children. So my first priority is always going to be my queen. I'm going to take care of her. She comes first when I make decisions. And then that will foster a healthy relationship between us. And the fallout from that benefits the kids.
And I think a lot of people focus too much or prioritize their kids a little too much, and then they do it over their relationship. So now it's this divide, in the household. So it's like you said, if you guys are healthy, your kids are gonna be healthy. If you guys are doing good, your kids are gonna be doing good. If you guys love each other, being loving, being supportive, your kids are gonna reap those benefits. There really is no priority. I think the only time there's a priority if one person of the family is threatening the other, then that's the only time that question has context or should be answered, right? Because if you're an actual family, it's like a circle, right? And if it's a circle, it should be at equal distance. So it means an equal priority and an equal amount.
Who comes
All
first?
right. I understand the mindset and how they would think that is the right thing to do, but I don't believe in making the kids the adults, right? You're parents for a reason. And in America, oftentimes the kids are the parents and the parents follow suit. The kids make the decisions. I don't get it, why they get it so twisted here, but the children are making too much decisions. When it comes to relationships and all of that. I understand you as a parent, you should be responsible enough to find a spouse that, is compatible with you and your family. Yeah, it shouldn't be the kid's choice. The kid shouldn't even have anything to do with the choice, if you ask me. You should be parent enough to make that decision. And if you're not parent enough to make that decision, you're not even ready for your spouse. I don't even know if you're ready for kids either. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of straightforward for me. I don't even know why the kids involved in that. I mean, kind of back way. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I get it twisted. I'm willing to hear what other people have to say about that.
You suppose first. Because, alright, even as if anybody would admit it, right? When you and your spouse not good, you have to try very hard to separate that feeling from taking care of your children. And sometimes you find yourself slipping in a mood and snap at them or just get a little bit more irritated than you would normally with something them do. And that's the sign that you have to prioritize your relationship. You have to prioritize your relationship. Once that relationship is good, it sets the tone for the household. And it sets the tone for the children. And also, it's not even just about that. It's about what are you teaching your children? What kind of partners are you teaching your children to grow up to be? Because they no matter how you think that, oh, them too young, them not see, from very early, our kids see us and how we deal with our partner, and it can affect them growing up. It can affect.
Yeah, man, I suppose come first, man. You see it. The thing is, you make a commitment to your spouse, and then a marriage spouse come first before you pick them down. The story of the egg and the chicken may be different, because nobody know for certain, but a chicken, a egg lay chicken, right? But we must come together first as man and woman to create children. And the dynamic where you meet a single mother or a single father, most single mothers will say them picnic come first. They will tell you that their children come first. But if you are in a
Facts.
dynamic where the father or the now spouse, who isn't the biological father of the child or children, treats the children, as Kim say, like, yo, I'm my own pitney this, because I'm of the view that children are children, no matter if I am their biological father or not. You're a child and you shall be treated.
Facts.
You shall be treated a certain type of way. Is it? Because I want it, because you are the nation. You are going to build this nation. It's not about me being selfish. So when them say them pitney come first, it not even take me no way, because I'm of the view that, yeah, your children come first, and while the man can leave and they still a have your picnic. I often have this emotional attachment with children. I can break emotional attachment with everybody else, but where children are concerned, I kind of hold that dear to me. You see it? So
My spouse comes for the kids. If my spouse is a breadwinner, the respective of the household, da 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 da, he gets that. All due respect to the king of my household. Yes, he sure does.
Okay, so because most single men, single women tend to choose their kids over their men, and their kids have to approve of the man, their spouse, and they give their kids a lot more control. Because
My
they
kids,
think that their kids comes first.
my kids are gonna grow up and have their own lives. I think that it's not fair to bombard their life as children with my relationship. So if I'm not in a relationship with their father, I don't bring men around my kids. Period. I do that outside the door, whatever me I do, me keep it away from my kids. If I'm gonna get to a point, if you're gonna put a ring on my finger, then I'll introduce it to my kids.
Oh.
But if not, I don't need to introduce you to my kids. You're a boyfriend. You don't need to come into their lives. They don't have to suffer no traumas of breakup and attachments and detachments. No, you don't need to meet my kids. No, thank you. They have a father. I don't do that.
Go ahead and play.
Why are black women the only group that's being asked to build men up financially? Like, I just really want men to drop down in the comments and help me understand this, because I don't hear my white brothers, I don't hear my Asian brothers, the Latin brothers, I don't hear my Indian or Arab kings out here asking their women to build them up financially. I don't hear that. In fact, in a lot of cultures around the world, you can't even marry as a man if you don't have your bread together. So why are black women being told we need to help upbuild? Why are we being told we need to ride or die? Why do we have to settle for struggle love? I don't understand it. I also know women who have been with men who didn't have anything, built them up, and as soon as they got on, guess what they did? Leave. So this life that you were promised after he got all built up, you no longer have. And you know what makes me sad about it is black women are called masculine and, oh, you focus too much on your careers and blah, blah, blah. Well, how would we focus on anything else if, one, we have to help black men with the money, and number two, if we know that y'all will peace out once you get the money, the only thing we have to stand on is the money. Do you see? It's wild. It's infuriating. Black women should not have to shoulder being a man, right? There's only masculine energy coming from black women because we have to do your job. We don't want to do your job. We want to do our job and chill and be women and be happy. Not all this riding and the dying. We don't want to die. We don't. We want to live good lives. So please let us.
If black women are being asked to help men build financially?
First of all, when I hear that tone that she's using, what I heard was privileged, arrogant, ignorance. And when we hear her reasoning and she comparing black men to white men, Chinese, she need to really wake up and smell the coffee. I don't know which la la land she living in. I don't know if she realized for the last 700 years or so, black people have been purposefully held back. I don't know if you know that.
Black people or black men? Because the thing is, and let's not focus on her tone or who she is. Let's focus on the statement.
No, man. They may not have to focus where statement that come from. Me not,
Okay.
you know me. I am never gonna focus on the action. I'm always gonna focus on the why. Because the action don't make no sense without the why. Zin,
Okay.
why are black men in the position that they are in? That should be the real question. You understand what I'm saying? Why does the black household not surviving? You know, first time the man could have go out and him could have earned enough money to take care of the family. Zin, it is not the same. The basket will go well, the bottom drop out already. You understand? And I'm not making excuses for black men because a lot of them really and truly can do better. But we must also understand that we are living in a system that is purposefully holding back these people. And guess who them use to attack the black man them? Guess who? Our beautiful queens, our black women. And them use, as number one killer, for black man, You realize that? So I'm saying that the odds are stacked against us greatly. Seeing in this world that we're living in. And you have to realize that. So when we hear with them arrogant, them statement are like, what rock are you living under, woman? Wake up. Look on the world. Look at it for what it is. Look on the wise. You understand me, I say? We know some sensible female upon the panel and some sensible men here where have a lot to say. So I'm not even gonna say everything. I'm gonna leave some might so that other people can say more. Mr. Edwards, you say you're disappointed. But where do you hear why you're disappointed about too?
Go ahead, Mr. Edwards. You're up next.
Yeah, man, bro, because you as the type of man where agree with your circumstances dictate who you are now. So that was a different perspective. So my
Not necessarily,
go ahead,
Mr.
yeah, man.
Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, make a reason all that. Not necessarily, we have to look at the reality. Zine, not everybody is like me and you, and some people gonna take something to get there. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody is like me and you. Like me can get up and me can go create a world for myself any given day. How many black men can do that? And why them can't do that?
Do you
You
believe
understand what I'm saying?
that
It's all
man
about
can do it if
knowledge
they
and where
want to
you
do?
are.
Can they if they want to?
If they really want to, yes, they can.
Okay.
But that does not say the odds aren't stacked against them. That
Were the
don't
odds
change the
stacked
reality
against
there.
you?
Of course. But
Okay.
I rose against the odds that were stacked against me.
And can a regular man do that?
A regular man, if he's
Yes.
equipped, if he's equipped with the right environment, if he's equipped with the right knowledge, if him have the motivation, if him have all of the right tools, yes, he can.
Okay. All right, got it. So my point on the understand what you're saying, bro. My point on the topic is I actually agree with the woman, whosoever she is, in the sense that nowadays men are asking women, and again, this is not generally, or this is generally not. I'm not saying this is for every case, right? But nowadays, men are expecting that their woman must work or have to work, and a woman should come and be with them and build with them. And most times, than not, these men eventually move on past the same woman where they are build with them. Why? Because a man when him tell a woman to come build with him, most times him there with the woman him can afford at that time. And the moment he can afford the woman that him actually want, him go move. Not all cases. Me not say this is all cases, none at all. Right? But a lot of times that happen. I think a man should focus on himself and develop himself to be in the position to take care of his self and him spouse and him family when it come. I don't think a man should bound the responsibility of providing on his woman. Right? I'm not saying this is a perfect situation, but I mean, even if at the beginning, right, they are both working, it should not be the man's mindset that she for work for the rest of her life because woman must work and woman have to work. That I don't think. Again, this is my perspective, probably too traditional, right? But I don't think it should be the destination. Probably not the start, fine. But eventually it should move where a man should take on the responsibility of providing for his family. That's my perspective.
Awesome.
Well, she said a lot. She had a lot to say. Um, one of the things, I'm just going to touch on one of the things because there's a few of us here. Um, she says, why are black women asked to help to build a black man financially? Um, to be honest, I think we can go back to even what Pharaoh said earlier. The reason why we have to do that is because we played a major role in discombobulating the black family structure when we joined on to the feminist movement and deployed our black men and displaced them. And with the systemic, the systemic, what do you call it, obstacles that are in the way for us as a people and holding down the black men, we have to understand and have some kind of idea in rebuilding our community, rebuilding our home, rebuilding our community. And we're not at, especially in these times when both man and woman is needed to go out there to go make that money, or we can't succeed on one income nowadays. You need a system that has two incomes. So if you're going to be in a relationship and you're trying to build something in these days, you know that it's going to take two income. But just like Brother Edward says, it's not supposed to be something that is, you know, you set it up so that the woman could actually be home with the kids and do what she's supposed to do to balance, to create balance. Because balance is not always financial. It's just, it's something that financial can be a part of it for this part, and then you're taking care of your family, and then you're doing all kind of things. It's what would I say? It's like an order of things that you have to do. So for me, I think that the black woman has to help the black man. That's where we are in the time that we're in right now. It's a must. It's our duty to do that, to get them back to the place where they need to be, you know? And then we can work on the rest later. But right now, we need to work as a unit. That's how I see it. We definitely need to work as a unit. I'm not talking about giving your man your money, but so what? If you help him to go to school, so what? If you help him to buy a car, it's nothing. It's going to benefit both of you guys in the long run. That's just how I look at things. Anyways, I feel no way about helping somebody. And if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. You go on about your business, and I go on about mine.
Are from a flawed, systematic approach. And the flaw is not only for black men, it's men in general. However, you have different religion that raised men in a different mindset. So for her to compare our black men with other races, that I don't agree with. However, as a man, we were taught as mothers to be the breadwinner, yes, but also if we can't maintain our mentor to our sons, or if that son is in a home where the home is broken and there's no father, we're supposed to cast him out, right? However, they tell us one thing, the systematic approach, let us approach it a different way, right? And when we do follow the script that they give, you have angry black women like the women that just came on here and gave that speech because of lack of understanding or thereof, right? Now, if you have your third eye open and you live in a realistic world, No kingdom is formed with just a king. It takes a good king and a queen by his side. One hand cannot clap. So realistically, we all know what she's saying is flawed. However, have some of our black men that are in wealthier place that do believe you should have a foundation before you go out there and try to seek a family type setting, which there's nothing wrong with that narrative. However, they had guidance of how to get there. Not every man in the inner cities have that guidance. And just that's just simply my view. You can't want something that you see one group demographic of our race accomplish and then down the others. So there's she's basically saying, okay, we have a wealthy group over here. Why don't we take their example and be like the white man, be like whatever race she called out in that? Because I'm not, you understand what I'm saying? Whatever race she narrated to, all those races. Our black men supposed to, we do have a monarchy of black men that are wealthy. So we supposed to take off of the Jews, the Indians, whomever else she called, and follow suit with them, right? But where's the mentorship to lead to that? Where is the motivation behind her as a woman in a relationship to say, okay, honey, let's build a kingdom together? She's ready to jump on the bandwagon and down that man. And my opinion is her third eye is definitely not open.
I'm not gonna say I'm in agreement with what she said. I am not gonna say I'm I'm disagreeing also. But the tone that she came off in, we will feel offended as males. Anyway, my take in life is I always say that men should always work on themselves before entering a relationship. When I say work on themselves, financially, emotionally, physically, and also educationally. Build yourself before moving in a relationship. And then again, I always find out that males are always aiding females to become better individuals, also educationally. I've heard where a lot of females have gotten help to attend school, and then the male who help them, they always get a beating after. It's either the female leave them or something like that. It is hard to say, or if I should think back, it is hard to say that I have heard of females helping men to go to school. You understand? And also building men. Well, persons have come together, yes, and work together to build businesses. But when you hear a female come and say, yo, them, it hard for me to remember a recap say a female come and say, yo, I may build a man there in a them business. You understand? So that's my little piece, you know. I just think that she came off too harsh. But as I tell you, the most important thing for men, what I always like I say, work on yourself before going in a relationship. That's my piece.
A lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, you know, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because His gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you can handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you, hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I'm
Okay. So, Miss James, you hear Tyler Perry said that there's a lot of women out there who makes more money than their spouse, and they're okay with it. Right? So
Okay.
that was her response to him. Why is it that a black man wants us, black women, to bring him up? And I totally agree with her.
I think this opens up the conversation of values, right? What you value. And we have to understand that each house is different, right? What works for the Joneses might not work for the Johnsons. What worked for the Johnsons might not work for the Joneses. So it depends on, families is not a monolith. It's not a one size fits all thing. Everybody is going to have a way that they do it. Some dads are okay with being stay-at-home dads. They love taking care of the kids. They wash, cook, clean, do all the things or whatever. And mom is a lawyer and she goes out and she does all the things or whatever. We have to understand that relationships are different now, right? Things and times have changed. Some dads are staying home while mom is out, making the bread. That's also a thing. Is it traditional? No, it's not. Because we've been taught that a man's value we've been conditioned to believe that a man's value lies in his ability to protect and provide. Provision is like the big thing that's hung over men's head. Now, if a woman is okay with her husband, he has a side hustle or whatever, she's a lawyer, let's just use lawyer, she's a lawyer, and she's okay with the fact that, him side hustle bringing maybe 50,000 a year, and she's making anywhere from, 250 to 500,000 a year, and she's okay with that 50,000, and he's, at home with the kids doing whatever because her job requires a lot from her, that she's not in the house, right? And the kids are getting what they need, because it's been proven that children only need 30%, right? of that to sustain like love and attachment and all of that, or whatever they need, from a parent, right? Then I don't see what's wrong with that, to be honest, because it comes down to those two people making that choice and that decision. If it's going to be a situation where, financially, say for instance, mom gets laid off or something, right? She's the maximum income earner in the household, and she gets laid off, and she says to you, hey, you know what? Now you need to pull your weight because I'm laid off, or for whatever reason, the money isn't coming in, and dad refuses to step up now, then that is the problem. Because the argument with most women is that they would rather a man who's a trying man, meaning he's actively doing something, rather than a man with potential, who he knows all the things, he's filled with knowledge, he's capable of whatever, but he's not acting on it. So I don't know. I just feel like to each their own. You do what works for your family, because what works for me might not work for you. And that's my contribution.
Based on my experience with males, I think it would be counterproductive to quote unquote build with a man, right? Personally speaking, I will not be taking up any man that earns less than I do. I do more than the bare minimum as like for income.
And so for me, it would have been counterproductive if you take up somebody who don't even meet the minimum. That to me no make no sense. The two of we are gonna struggle and me can't love nobody when the two of we are suffer. So me now go take up nobody will earn less than me. As well as there are you're gonna have whole heap of issues if I earn more than him. It depends on the kind of male too, I'd say. If it's a man when I run down position, like me believe some of them man are obsessed with leader role and boss position and run things position. If him not obsessed with things like that, and we can work together as like a team and make the dream work, then I'll give it some thought. But if he's a man where adamant say he's the leader and he's the head of my household, he need to go make money and make leader decision and do leader things. You understand? Him now go do leader things and make no leader decision with the money where me go work. And me can have a final say in a nothing neither. That does not work with me. So I personally think that especially like in the black community, I'm of the opinion that we cuddle males. We provide for them when we should make them suffer and find them way out. Me think we spoil them when we decide so we are going to take them up and give them all the help where they not even deserve, to tell you the truth. So I think we have to be careful as women when we decide say we are going to help man. Me not think we fi help them. Me think them fi struggle and find them way out and reach to a point where deserve that submission there. Because it a go hard for me have to go put on my big girl panties and go hustle and make my money and then come home come decide say me go have to just submit now to this man when I put out him effort, when I fight, when I do no in a work so with me. So personally, me not go take up somebody will earn less than me because I think it counterproductive to what we need to achieve. I mean have no time a doctor no man ego. Me not have no time I give no pep talk. Me not have time for that. So him need to help himself and get himself to somewhere where if him believes say him fi run things, him have resources he can run things and not ask me nothing. You
All right.
understand? That's my stance on the
Thank
matter.
you guys all for being here for Mix Up in Business. It was an amazing night. Very respectful. Don't forget to join us next week. Same time. All right, 8 p.m. right here on this live. If you're not following me, follow me so you can see when I go live. Thank you guys so much for being here. I enjoy these topics every week. I enjoy the fact that we can have these amazing conversations and respect each other's opinions and how each other feel. So thank you guys so much for being here. Have an amazing morning. All right, guys. Love, peace, happiness, and joy. Peace out. Thank you for watching Mix Up in Business. If you'd like to join the conversation, come on over to TikTok at Kenesha Beckett Wan on Saturdays at 8 p.m.